Big up, people. Welcome to my live. Welcome to my channel. I've got a very special guest coming on tonight. The enemy at the moment, but I'm really excited for this. So, should be a good one. I hope everyone's well, and I hope everyone's not nervous for the rest of the season because I am. It's definitely sweetie bum time at the moment. I am shitting myself. I'm not used to Spurs being in a situation as we are, and unfortunately, I think it's the relegation battle is going down to the wire. Bear me a second, sorry. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going down to the wire, the relegation battle. Who survives, who goes down, I have no idea. At the moment, I'd say we're going down. But last week, I thought Spurs were going to stay up. I thought, against Villa, we showed a bit of fight, passion, determination. But we didn't get... Obviously, we got a great result and West Ham lost. And then when West Ham played Arsenal, I thought they showed a lot more fight than Arsenal. And they should have actually got at least a point there. I mean, that refereeing decision to disallow their goal against Arsenal was absolute shocking. Now, I don't care about that because for once, I wanted Arsenal to win. I didn't go around putting a shirt on or anything or celebrating a goal. But for once, I wanted Arsenal to beat West Ham. But I thought the goal was ridiculous. Let me just bring Definitely on. This isn't a special guest, by the way, but this is still a good pal, so it's all good.
Big up, lad. How are you? I'm not too bad, mate. I'm just joining everyone from Dortmund in Germany.
How's it going?
It's going good. Funnily enough, I befriended a Yid, basically, while I was waiting for the bus. Some other guy who had just arrived here, and turned out he was a Spurs fan, so got chatting away, You find us everywhere, trust me.
Yeah, I said everyone that I've got a special guest coming on. Unfortunately, as much as I like you, you're not the special guest. But I'm still honoured to have you. It's still good.
I'm still honouring you.
You look very smart today, anyway.
Thank you very much. It's the Timu gym shirt that must be doing it. That's how it is. What are we talking about tonight, anyway?
So, as I was saying about the relegation battle, obviously, it's getting 1 minute. This is the special guest. Bear me a second. This is the special guest. Big up, Tone. You all right? How are you doing, mate?
Evening. I just watched the Buendia. You'd think it had been polled out. I think it's Buendia. It looks like he'd been polled axed by having a shirt just put to his face, and for the exploits of it.
Who are Villa playing tonight?
Liverpool. They're just gone 3-1 up. 3-1 to Villa now.
Oh, Liverpool, awful, aren't they?
That's interesting. There were two Villa blokes that were on the plane, I noticed, both wearing Villa jerseys. Maybe they got the location of the match a bit mixed up.
Probably, yeah. So how are you anyway, Tony? You all right?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Just got a couple of, I'm starting flexi, so having a couple of days of rest, mate. So I'm going to enjoy it while I've got the chance.
I mean, Tony, that's I mean, how do you manage to stream in front of the West Ham stadium every week? Or is it the old one, isn't it?
I bought the front of the stadium, mate. That's what it is. Back in the ass.
So obviously a massive game on Sunday for your lot. How are you? How do you think it will go? Are you nervous about it, or are you confident? How do you think it will go, mate?
I'm pretty confident. I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? I mean, I've got an affinity for Newcastle. I like the way they are. I like the fans more than anything else because you think they're very vocal, they're very in your face, and you like, and they're diehard fans. Like, I suppose, like we are, but Newcastle fans especially are different. And on the other time, you wouldn't mind the result. The result really going our way or going for them. But as you know full well, where we are at the moment with both our teams, we need the win. Get the win. It then puts the pressure back on you guys, and it's how you then, if we do win, for instance, it's how Spurs then handle it. And De Zerbi, what does he do in this instance? Because then he knows the game is so important come Tuesday. If you don't get anything out of that game, then it's going to be the last game of the season.
Well, to be honest, mate, there's no if, buts, or maybes. We're not getting anything out of Tuesday.
I admire your confidence, Anthony, at least.
You know what? I've said this before. I said, we to be flying top of the league, undefeated season, doing an Arsenal unbeaten season, never going to happen, but to say, from my point of view, yeah, unbeaten season, Chelsea could be bottom of the league, struggling, no wins all season, and they'll still beat us.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, there are some games where we've got a point there, and we've also got 3 points. It doesn't happen like ever, but it does happen once in a blue moon. And with the way Chelsea have been the past few weeks, I feel like it's still on the side of unlikely for me, but I still think there's a non-zero chance of us basically going and getting something. I think if there's capability for it to be one of those once in a blue moon seasons where we do get at least a point there, I think this season is one of those seasons, basically, with the way Chelsea have been playing. I think if they do show up and put a bit of energy, then they could sort of nick a point or something. But it just depends how they turn up.
My concern is that I've heard Chelsea fans say that they would rather lose the FA Cup final if it meant they beat Spurs.
Oh, that's ridiculous, man.
And they hate Spurs so much that they would be happy to put a dent in our relegation battle.
But Chelsea haven't won a final at Wembley in like a very long time. They need to be getting that monkey off of their back. So if Chelsea fans are saying that, then they need to take a look in the mirror. Because when was the last time Chelsea won a final at Wembley? Does anyone know?
No, probably not since. Probably not since. Who was it? Since Tuchel's days, isn't it? Did he won Champions League final? Probably.
Was that at Wembley?
Oh, you said at Wembley. Oh, Wembley. Oh,
at Wembley.
Oh, sorry, I misheard that one. I don't know.
They haven't won a final at Wembley in ages. The last one I remember was actually in 2012. Perhaps I am mistaken.
Believe it or not, mate. Don't really care what Chelsea do.
Exactly, but they need to.
Just going to read a few comments out quickly. Tom's in. Hi, dude. Big up, Tom. Hope you're well, mate. And he said, "Boo" when you came on, Tony. we'll let this one off. He's all right. We'll let him off. Lisa's in. Big up, guys. Big up, Lisa. Hope you're well.
Big up, Lisa. I think it's 2018. The last time they won there at Wembley.
Oh, still a while, but that's obviously for your channel, Tony. Evening, Tony. Is just the time to say I'm going to take Toby out for
He's hiding the word.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, Tony. I'm an iron through and through. Michelle, bite my lip. Great to see you, mate.
And you as well, Terence. And you.
And then you put evening Terence. Love that. Scott's on. Oh my goodness, he really loves giving me a bit of a wind up. Big up, Scott. He loves giving me a bit of grief.
No, we love Scott.
And hello to Andrew and Tony as well.
Big up,
mate. And Tom's put Scott confident about Chelsea game. Oh, blood! Is Tom feeling alright? He's put yes. Or stop feeling alright. He's put yes. I'm surprised about that. And then Scott, he's put big up to all. Come on, you Spurs. Yep, come on, you Spurs. Okay, I'm just whiz through some of these comments. Tom's put there's a bit of mic feedback. Oh yeah, it's on your side, Tony. I can hear a bit of, or someone's got a bit of mic feedback.
On my phone, innit? Let me mute when I'm not speaking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's see, yeah, because I can't hear it now. So yeah. So obviously, Tony, you went to Newcastle last year. Was it last year you won? Was it last year you won 2-0? 2-0, yeah. That's when obviously Lopetegui was seeing his father who passed away and that. So when he came back, he did look his best. He looked a bit dishevelled, lot of beard growth going on. The hair was all over the gaff, but seemed to pay dividends because we won 2-0 in that game. So yeah, I mean, when you look at it, it's not going to be an easy place to go to. It's their last, home game of the season for them. They need to get the win as well. So are they going to turn up is a question. The biggest thing is the fans are a little bit against Eddie Howe at the moment. So I don't know if they're going to be behind him or not. This is the question, because a lot of fans want him out, which is strange considering what he won last year for them.
That's a joke. He won the League Cup last year. It's funny what fans are like, isn't it?
We're all fickle, mate. We're all fickle, aren't we, at the end of the day? I think the main thing is it's how we set ourselves up. Does he start off with Wilson? I did a show last night with James from E20 Zone TV, and we were saying that if he starts with Wilson, he's been there long enough. He knows the setup. He knows the manager. And obviously, he's one of those that more than likely can get you a goal when you need to.
Yeah, as we found out at the Lane, mate. I remember as soon as I saw Wilson coming on, I said he's going to score the winner for West Ham, and then look what he did.
True. Yeah, but he's also that player. If you have him on the bench, of course, that player, he guaranteed he's going to come on and create chances, isn't he, to score? Do you have any other players? If you start with Wilson, you don't really start him that often, do you?
No, and this is the thing. I mean, we was hoping that maybe he might have Traore there to kind of do something, but by all accounts, he's not going to be attending. He's not going to actually be at the game. He's still got this injury, so he's out of the equation straight away. You're then relying on Bowen. You're relying on some of it will do something. If it's a corner, then we're probably looking at Souček to get something, because he can also he likes scoring against Newcastle himself. So we've got options. I mean, the main thing is Tatty. If he starts with Tatty, then maybe he might he might give something. Pablo at the moment, he's not even in the races. So for me, I don't think he should start him. If we can put in what we did on Sunday against Arsenal, then there's a chance. We'll give Newcastle a game.
Yeah, well, I thought when we beat Villa, I thought we might turn the corner. Spurs. I know people say, well, it wasn't Villa's strongest side and all that stuff, but you still got beat what's in front of you.
Exactly, exactly that.
But then since then, the Leeds game. It's funny what a week can do to you, because after the Villa game, I was feeling confident, thinking, maybe we can stay up now. A week later, after Leeds game and performance, I'm a bit like, I think we're going down now. It's funny what a week can do to your football.
We need to, as Spurs fans, we need to stop getting to this turn the corner mindset, because we keep on hearing it every time we just have a few results which just aren't back-to-back losses, and then we get ahead of ourselves. We just need to take it one game at a time. Just think about winning the next football match. Don't say, maybe we've turned the corner now, because whenever we start saying that, we're always just disappointed again. We heard it when we got a draw at Newcastle, got a win against Brentford, got a win in the Champions League. Then it was, we've turned the corner. And then it's just back to the same old shit, basically. It's more just winning the next football game. Don't think about turning the corner. But the Leeds game was very disappointing, because once again, apart from them hitting the post in the first half, they really didn't do too much until they got the penalty, and we had a few decent chances. So it really was us just shooting ourselves in the foot again. And these are the things that have let us down. If we just stop shooting ourselves in the foot every chance we get, we'd probably be at least 6 points clear of the relegation zone now. So That's the main issue for me. No shooting ourselves in the foot.
We're both there for a reason, aren't we? Both clubs are there for a reason at the end of the day. And that's the truth of it when you look at it. I mean, I just see Michael Please's comment there. Those Villa rollover boys are beating the Paul 3-1 at the moment, which they are convincingly as well. When I watched your game on Monday, I thought to myself, you know what? De Zerbi's, you can see De Zerbi's kind of slowly integrating his mark into the team. You can see the difference in your style of football. But like even Kilson, you're lacking options, aren't you? Just like we are. I mean, you're hoping for a Charlotte to do something. I mean, there's a bit. I think what was it? Was it the first half? I think it was the first half where you played the ball out to the left. He's managed to get the ball. He's on the run towards goal, and he could easily beat the player, but he decides to go down like a sack of spuds. And it's like, really, he didn't need to.
Yeah.
A Dispersy, not Deserbi. Sorry, Dispersy. I've been corrected.
You know what? There's I looked into Serbi's come in, and I can't question the effort from the players. It's just the lack of quality. And how the hell Richarlison's Brazilian? I'll never know.
Did I see something that someone's after that some club is going to talking about getting hold of it? They want to actually buy him.
Probably Everton.
No, it's some. I can't remember who it was now. I don't know if it's a foreign club or something, but I'm sure they was talking about a figure around about £21 million. I mean, if that's the case now, I mean, you want to jump in the car now and take him down there.
Yeah, to be honest, I think he'll always have suitors, but he's just not good enough. I just don't. I've never rated him. I've just never.
The problem is
he works hard, but his quality is just not there.
Exactly, he works hard, and like he'll get like a goal like in every so often, and then when he scores one of these goals, everyone's like, "Oh, he works hard. He scores goals for us. We should keep Richarlison." But then, if you want to not be near relegation, you need to have someone better than Richarlison to rely on, basically, because relying on him means you're going to have to watch him as he said down there, fall over like a sack of potatoes, sort of rolling around on the floor, holding his head. I remember, I think it was against Bodo Glimt, or maybe it was another team earlier in the season. So I put a little joke bet on. They bet like a £5 or something that within the first minute of the game, Richarlison would be rolling around on the floor, holding his head. And they actually won that bet because within the first minute of the game, he was doing that. And
yeah.
This is the kind of thing we need a better striker to rely on. I said in January he ended up going to Saudi. I don't know if that was in January or the summer, but Ivan Toney, well, I would have gone in for him.
Yeah, apparently Everton are looking at him now.
Yes, if Everton can look at these players, then we definitely can be looking at these players, but we never seem to.
Yeah, the thing is, I was saying the other day, I was on a 2 March show and we were taking the mick out of Richarlison, saying
I've just seen the fourth goal going. McGinn again.
Yeah.
You have a look at this McGinn goal. I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
After I'll watch on highlights later or something.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, we were saying about Richarlison. Like we were saying about the women's team would beat us, would beat our men's team, and I said Richarlison would still be rolling around the ground even to get knocked over in that match.
I mean, you got like Michael Blees asking the question there for you guys. Is there the injuries due to the poor medical team? Because you seem to have mounted quite a few injuries, haven't you?
Well, I would say it's poor medical team, but we've apparently replaced the medical team in the summer, and it's still happening.
There's obviously something.
It could be down to either. It could be down to basically ENIC not being competent enough to replace the medical team with a competent medical team, and the people that they've got in are even worse than the last lot that we've got in. That could be a factor. I heard the pitch. Yeah,
the pitch really did that.
I was about to get onto that. A friend of mine actually said that apparently these pitches, I don't know how much I believe my friend, but I made the whole point of saying, it can't be the pitch because there are kids in Colombia who play barefooted on like the concrete in the roads, and then my friend made a point saying apparently the way these pitches work, you would rather be playing on the roads, because if you're playing with these studs on these sort of retractable pitches, apparently when it sort of the way it sinks into the ground just does something bad to the legs. I don't know how true that is, but that's a theory my friend has brought up with me. So I don't know what it is. We're not really the experts to be diagnosing the exact problem, but the real concern for me is the fact that it doesn't seem like ENIC have been looking into that, really, because if they actually were taking this injury crisis seriously, then you would have thought that that would be something that they looked into months ago. When half the team were out by Christmas, you would have thought that ENIC would start a vetting process of some kind where they try and see what's what with all these injuries and try and put a stop to it. But we haven't even heard anything in terms of like an investigation or anything. They just seem to be accepting the fact that we have half the squad out by Christmas and, oh yeah, it just is what it is, when that's not how you should be running a football club.
I think the problem... Sorry, go on.
I was just to say, Real Madrid have got... Apparently, they've had the same issues, and apparently they've got a similar pitch to ours.
Yeah, they've done an investigation, haven't they? That's the difference between apparently they're doing an investigation into the pitch and reason why they're... I mean, it could be, Andrew, you got to think with like, if you jog on hard ground, you've got hard impact surface. Could that be one of the reasons why they're doing it? But ENIC, are they going to be worried? Because at the end of the day, they can take that panel out, and before you know it, it's an American football stadium. It's a baseball pitch. They can turn it around so many times. They're not really concerned because they know that there's money going to be rolling in regardless. But as Marcus put there, you got Kudus, a calf strain, 4 months. That seems a bit, does seem wrong there. So you do have to question what's going on.
What's your feeling on Kudus? You love him, don't you?
Yeah, I was about to ask us sort of a question about Kudus. Would you say that you're missing him compared to last season in any way?
No. He down tools a long time ago. The problem was, and the thing is, when we started to kind of, when he got sent off against you guys, that game he got sent off. If it was the thing with Van der Ven, for me, I think he intentionally did that. He didn't like Lopetegui and whatnot anyway, and we could see that you could actually hear the tool bag dropping on the floor. We did warn you guys. It's all right when it first started off, but guarantee it'll come full circle. And the fact of he's turned around and said to your medical team looking at him, and that's all right. I won't have the operation we use, guys. I'm going to go elsewhere. That in itself has got to raise questions. Why is a player turning down the club that pays him his wages, turning down having an operation?
Well, that's actually an interesting point you've just raised there, because Harry Kane, funnily enough, he kept on getting ankle injuries when he was at Spurs, and he ended up hiring his own private medical team, and miraculously, when he did that, those ankle injuries ceased to happen. So, yeah, perhaps Kudus is thinking along the same way.
Big up, Dave. You all right?
Gentlemen.
Oh, no, you're Tony. I'm sorry, you're a bit outnumbered at the moment, all right?
No, Dave's all right. I know he sits on the fence, so I'm all right with Dave. How are you, Dave? You were good, mate?
I'm all right. I'm so deep in the closet with Spurs, I'm almost in Narnia.
Before you go on, Dave, I'm just going to read a few comments out. That's all right.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Scott's put 100% confident we are losing. Big up, yeah.
He predicted 4-0 in Rowley's chat. Oh, it's funny.
Is Rowley still on?
Nah, he's coming off now.
Okay. Chris Brown's put bloke on the right looks like the geezer slotting in the bushes outside Chelsea's training ground.
Who knows? Maybe I am.
That's brilliant.
Michael's put evening. It goes to the last team that Moyes saves us. We beat Leeds. Everton beats Spuds. We don't want to hear that on this channel, mate. But Moyes might want to send you down, mate. Innit? He might want to send you down after the way you treated him.
And fun enough, I was thinking that early on when I was listening to one of the sports stations, and they mentioned this thing, and it's a case of, does he kind of go bitter and think, you know what, I'll get one over my old club, the way I was shafted, or is the case of Europe is the main thing? If he wins the next couple of games, then there's a chance of he could be Champions League football rather than Europa. He could be pushing for that. So that would be maybe his remit, because he'll still want a job to be done. Yeah, I think the Europa. I think they're already they can get that, but I think mathematically they could still obviously possibly get Champions League as well.
But are they 12th in the league?
No, that's not this. Let's have a quick butchers. But no, apparently maths. If you do well, looking at this game at the moment, I think this will give him the impetus because seeing Liverpool lose, he must be doing the merry jig around his living room at the moment.
Yeah. So anyway, James has put Evening Tony and the boys in the upper level. Big up James.
Big up James.
16 in it. If you can give us a like and a sub, that'd be great. Much appreciated. Also sub to some Hammers Football TV if you haven't already.
Thank you.
And definitely Spurs TV. But you're not doing much at the moment, are you? Definitely. And Dave as well. You all put your channels in if you like. But I don't really know how to do it. So if you want to add your channels, but we've got a show coming up as well, haven't we, Dave? So
Yeah,
called
mate.
Spurs Sessions Podcast, which we're going to start next week as well. So I've got 2 channels down at the moment.
Got your fingers in some extra pies, mate.
Yeah, words and pictures. But if Arsenal don't bottle it, some other North London club will become bottlers. To be honest, we've been bottlers in the past, mate. So there's no, so we're always bottlers anyway. And that's your comment. Terence has put, after we put the Spuds down, we still take part in a team club that's in the Championship. Laugh out loud. Is that to me? Is that to me?
Yeah. So basically, if you do go there, will I still have still 2 chats with you guys because we'll be in the Premier League and we'll be in.
Yeah, we'll do a. I'm sure we'll still do a stream. We'll be enjoying. You'll be watching us enjoying our success, and we'll be watching you fight for the Championship title. Yeah.
Sounds good.
If West Ham beat Thomas, but if West Ham beat Newcastle, then we're going down. Yeah, I agree.
100%. 100%. It is basically the for me that game just determines everything, and I can see I think a lot of people are just expecting Newcastle to turn over West Ham, but in my mind, something just inside me, I don't know if it's a gut feeling, but I think West Ham are going to win against Newcastle.
I've got that same feeling, mate.
Yeah, I think they'll win.
Do you
see? I'm swinging the other way because I'm thinking this Newcastle's last home game of the season. They've had a really shit season by their standards, and they're going to want to go out on a high, give their fans something to sing about. Only on that basis, but West Ham, I think, are going to give them utter hell. If they're going to win Newcastle, they're going to have to really fight for it. Because they're not going to. West Ham ain't going to make it easy for them.
It'll be a scrap.
Are you going, Tony?
No, mate, I won't be going. I'm going to do a watch along though. I'm going to do. So there's one of my moderators, my main moderator. I did a show with her when we beat them 2-0, and she'll be doing with me watch along with her. So that should be a good show.
I was going to say, if you're going, I was wondering if you've got decent binoculars to take with you.
I know, we're used to the London Stadium, mate, so don't worry about that. We're going to Newcastle.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Michael's put, we haven't been bad last 3 games, just unlucky. Yeah, that's is that one of your West Ham lot, yeah?
Yes, it
yeah,
is.
You actually done all right. Just Brentford, you were really unlucky. You actually had the post 3 times, didn't you?
4 times we had attempts, didn't we?
How many more times has Jared Bowen going to hit the post?
Paul
3-1. He's trying to get his tally up for the end of the season.
Like, how many more times that lad got hit the post before he hits the back of the net? Because he pulls some off, some beautiful shots, but they always hit the fucking post, don't they?
Yeah, I think he's trying to.
Who's that?
For me,
Bowen.
it's a case of the balance of being a player and being a captain. I don't think he can't do both in my eyes anyway.
The only thing I liked about your club, well, apart from you, Tone, obviously, is Danny Dyer. the actor.
Which one, the old man or the daughter?
The actor. How are you feeling about it, Dave? Obviously, you had your little say there, but how are you feeling about the game on Sunday and then our game against Chelsea?
I think there's plenty of ways to say it, different ways, the scenarios. I mean, I've been sitting here panning out scenarios in my head and everything during the day over the last few days. I'm thinking if West Ham pull it off, get the win, I think we're not going to go to Stamford Bridge and play them off the park like we did against Villa. Do you know what I mean? We ain't doing that. You look at Chelsea's midfield like Caicedo, Enzo, and Palmer. We just haven't got the players to match that. And that's where we'll lose the battle. But I think we'll have to go to Stamford Bridge. And I don't care even if we create a massive stink fest, stink the place out, stick 11 men behind the ball, go for a draw. That will keep us both on like level points, and it will come down to the last game of the season.
Well, I think if West Ham lose to Newcastle, then I think we only need 1 point. Because it's the goal difference, isn't it? Now, unless West Ham, and now this will be typical Spursy, yeah? If we're 3 points ahead of West Ham in the last game of the season, it's not going to happen, but just hear me out. We got battered by Everton, yeah? Like about 5-0 or something. And West Ham win 5-0, and then, or something like that, 6-0 or something. And then the goal difference turns around. That's the only way. If we're 3 points ahead, that's the only way I can see that we will get relegated.
We'd have to win like 13-0 to kind of, to better your scoreline at the moment.
We'd have to get battered like 6-0 or something, and then you'll have to win 6-0.
So you're -9, we're -20.
But knowing us, that's something that could happen, isn't it?
We'll find a way.
Dr. Tottenham will turn up, and then it'll be like, that'll be it then, won't it?
Do you know what fucks me off with Spurs? We never do things the easy way. We always do it the hard way. Why can't they? They've got a habit of just tearing up our heartstrings, aren't they?
You're right, Dave. Do you remember in 2015 when we got to the Carabao Cup final? We were playing Sheffield United in the semi-final, and we were winning 2-0 on aggregate, basically, in the second leg, all the way until like the 80th minute, and then we somehow conceded 2 goals in the last 10 minutes, and we had to win it in extra time. Even that, we're always having to do these things in the hard way, as you said, mate.
What about the Leicester game a few years ago when we were 2-1 down into added time, and we ended up winning 3-2?
Yeah, like Lucas, Stephen Bergwijn, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Stephen Bergwijn, 96, 97. What a game that was.
Do you know what, right? I'll take this to my grave. We sold that lad too early. Didn't get enough minutes for us, in my opinion.
It's a fair shout.
He just had that little something in his locker, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he did. No, when he had that little cameo when he came off the bench, he was coming off the bench quite a lot of times under Conte and scoring goals. And then there was talk about us maybe keeping him, and I was thinking, suddenly we're talking about keeping him just because he started to score a few goals, but he did. He was, if you compare the players we have now, he would easily get into the team.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
No. It's just it's just so frustrating. I just don't understand how the owners have not stepped in sooner and said, hang on a minute, what the hell is going on here? You've built this bang average squad. We've given you over the last, say, 5 years, we've given you like 600 million to play about with, and this is what you've got to show for it. Heads should be rolling at Tottenham. Heads should be rolling, but they're not.
I don't know any different, Dave.
How are you, Rowley? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Sorry I missed the show. I've got kids and it's difficult.
Listen, it doesn't matter, brother. Everyone's got things to do, haven't they? You know, it's all
So
good.
how are you feeling for the weekend? And
Um,
Spurs game against Chelsea.
yes, Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
We was just saying, weren't we, Dave? I'm not feeling too optimistic at Chelsea, tell the truth. The best we can hope for is a draw, I think. Even though they're not playing that well, all I can hope for is a draw, really.
I agree, Rowley. I agree.
Don't worry, they'll play well against us. Don't worry about that.
They always play well against us. They always turn it up, don't they?
Tony,
see us getting a
Chelsea
point.
it's a bit like your lot, isn't it? Spurs are your top final. Spurs are Chelsea's top final as well.
Well, we ain't got as many players as what they've got, but as someone's put there in that, they're not exactly had a great season, but they'll turn up for you guys.
He's got Legoland behind him.
Good building blocks.
Yeah, Legoland.
I remember a few years ago, there was a times when I remember you telling your lot beat us 1-0 or something a couple of times in the past. I think it might have been your old Upton Park. And I was thinking, and it was around the times where you weren't playing very well. We were like near the top of the league or something, it's under Poch. And you still managed to beat us. And I was like, that's absolute typical. You're not playing well, but you turn it on when you play Spurs.
Wasn't that at the London Stadium under Poch in 2017?
Did that as well, yeah.
It might be, I think it was Upton Park and at London Stadium.
I remember us losing 2-0 at Upton Park under Sherwood when we had a man sent off. But then the season after that, we won under Poch 1-0 with Eric Dyer in the last second, basically. And we had also had a guy sent off in that game, but so too had West Ham afterwards. That was Poch's first game for us, I think, actually. Yeah. And then the season after that, they ended up. Wasn't that the first season after that was when you went to London Stadium? I'm not sure.
2016, we went there.
Yeah. I think the one you're thinking of when we lost 1-0, that was under Poch when we were challenging Chelsea, and then we just completely bottled it that game. We still had enough chances, just didn't score any of them.
Well, we had there was a chance. Remember that time we played Burnley and we were fighting for. I think we might have been fighting for the title that year as well. We played Burnley. We lost to them 1-0 as well.
There's all these games, mate. There's that time when we basically had to beat relegated Newcastle. No, not even beat, just get a point against relegated Newcastle to finish above Arsenal. And they had 10 men and we somehow lost 5-1 to them. I was so angry.
Oh yeah, we came third in a 2-horse race, didn't we?
Yeah, it was the worst, one of the worst bloody feelings ever, man.
Question to you, question to you, lot. How did you feel after the, because obviously, you was all happy with the Villa game, and then with the Leeds game, how was you feeling before the game, and how did you feel after the game?
Disappointed.
The Villa one.
But the beginning, though.
Yeah, it's disappointment.
Do you mean, did you say before the Villa game?
Before the game? No,
he said before and after the Leeds game. Yeah.
After.
So my answer to that question would be after the Villa game. Of course, I was very, very happy. As you would be when you see your team not only win, but put in a performance like what we saw against Villa. But also at the same time, I was apprehensive about jumping on any, we're turning a corner, we're going to smash Leeds now. I was very much just kind of like wait and see. And then after the Leeds game, I just felt kind of vindicated with my wait and see sort of mindset, because it was just, sort of with Spurs, basically, the previous game cannot be a yardstick for any further game going forward, because with us,
it's the inconsistency, isn't it?
Random. It's very inconsistent. You're right, Rowley. Exactly. So you can never use the last Spurs game as sort of an indication of what's going to happen in the next game. And I was just in that mindset.
Yeah.
Guys, this done quite embarrassing now. I need the toilet. So bear me a second. Just carry on talking. Yeah.
Yeah. All right then, Eric.
How I saw it, like we played very well against Villa, didn't we? The passing, we were stringing like 3 passes together, weren't we? We couldn't do it before, and the midfield played very, very well. They were sort of pushing up through the middle mostly, weren't they? And then playing to the flanks on that. We were getting some crosses in and things like that. We got 13 crosses against Leeds, didn't we? Didn't do nothing with them.
Didn't do anything with them. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Against Villa, we did stuff from the crosses, and then against Leeds, we did nothing from the crosses, and that just goes back to the inconsistency that you were
Same
talking
as
about
corners.
there, Rolly.
It's corners as well, isn't it?
I do apologise, guys. My dog is being very needy.
That's all right. It's usually my woman doing that, but never mind. I'm going. That's a different story.
Yeah, no, I was so livid with the Leeds game because I just thought second half we just let them come into the game, let them play their game, and then again yet another goal. I reckon 95% of the goals we've conceded this season has been through errors.
Yeah. We beat ourselves. We beat ourselves.
Yeah. Because, I mean, to be fair, was having a pretty decent game. He was getting the ball, he was controlling it, he was putting crosses into dangerous areas. He scored an absolute beautiful goal.
I just don't understand what he was doing there.
No, nor do I. Do you know why he done it? I'll tell you exactly why. Because he's young, he's still young, he's very naive. He just scored that goal. The crowd are on his side and cheering him, clapping him every time he gets the ball, and then he thought, I'm going to try a worldie clearance here, get the crowd will cheer that, go mental for me, and it backfired.
Yeah, big time.
He should have just stood his ground. The Leeds player was literally charging him, would have just came straight through the back of him. Yeah, he would have probably got hurt, took one for the team, but Spurs get a free kick.
And away you go again. And away you go again.
We go again. And he's tried. I can't defend him. I can't defend him on this one because he looked over his shoulder. He saw him coming, and yet he still tried.
Do you know, I told the guy about that when he said, he didn't look over his shoulder. I said he did. He saw him coming.
Sorry, one sec, Rolly. Sorry. You know how I felt after the Villa game? I was like, I must be the most deluded fan ever. So after the Villa game, I was like, bloody, where's this Spurs come from? I was like, since January. I said in January, Spurs was going down. And as soon as Villa happened, I thought, hang a minute, we might have a chance of staying up now. And I was like, rubbing my lip. I was licking my lips. I was rubbing my hands. And I thought we'd beat Villa. I thought we'd beat Leeds.
Did streams on it as well. Bigging yourself up as well, Anthony, weren't you?
What were you saying?
So did streams as well, bigging yourselves up. Yeah, we're going to be all right. And then also afterwards, and I can see the colour drained out your face.
Well, I should know by now, supporting Spurs, what they're like. They bid us up, but they pull us down even harder.
Supporting Spurs.
I will say this, though. I will say this. Right. We wouldn't have done that to Villa with a full-strength Villa because after watching what they've just done to Forest and what they've literally just done to Liverpool tonight, we wouldn't have stood a chance.
What's the score in that game, Liverpool game?
4-2.
To Liverpool, to Forest.
They absolutely desecrated.
Listen, Spurs membership's now giving out defibrillators.
Then I'm going to go through some comments quickly.
Go on then, mate.
I'm quite far behind. See, bringing Tony on the stream has got me 36 views, which is the highest I've ever had. So big up, everyone. But I know it's it's nothing to do with me, so it's all good. Tom's put, we did a U-turn versus Leeds. Michael's put, the Spursy Tony, not the Zerbi. Big up, mate. Sonny's put, why don't you collaborate with Biker, mate? I'll message him the same. He's in now.
We talk anyway, don't we, Tony?
Yeah, we talk. It's all good. It's all good. Michael's also put, question for the Spud boys. Is his injuries due to your medical team? Oh, that's what you asked earlier, didn't you, Tony?
Yeah.
Did you read the comment and then that's what you mentioned there?
Yeah.
Oh, Michael's put 4-1 now, but it's obviously finished 4-2. I'm quite far behind on all these. Kem's put evening all. Big up, Kem. You all right, mate? Nita's put good evening, all Villa just lump up Liverpool. Ouch. Big up. Clutty's in. Big up Clutty. Pitch? Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up Clutty. And obviously, there's your comment. Michael's put Kudus calf strain out for 4 months. Something is wrong. Yeah, it is. Something is wrong. I think Gallagher. I know Gallagher hasn't had the same sort of injuries, but he hasn't missed a game. And I think he came to Spurs and missed a game, didn't he? He's not missed a. He's not. I think he's not missed a game for years or something, and then turn up at Spurs and miss the game or something.
Yeah, he gets injured.
Clitty's also put the weave in the picture. It's all wrong.
Oh well.
Kev's put Enoch taking football seriously. Yeah, big up.
We wish.
Clitty's put Andrew Enoch ain't got a Slooby, mate, about anything. Nita's put Yeovil have used the same pitch layers in them runners up the road. Michael's put Kudus was the only going to be at Spurs till it went wrong. He can't handle pressure. You really don't like Kudus, do you lot?
No, because like I said to you, we know what he's, when the thing with Kudus, you've got to think. The one thing we had was a release clause of £85 million. We did it one season, no one came in for him. Did it the second season, and then you guys came in, and Kudus went, Spurs are the only club for me. Well, obviously, you're the only club that come in for him, and that there's going to be only one club. There ain't going to be no one else, is there? Simple as that, basically.
To be fair, I didn't see any other club come in for him, so.
And this is the thing, Dave. I mean, when you're saying things like that, I mean, don't get me wrong, they get paid extortionate money, but at the same point, brain, mouth, think which one works first before you open your trap. It does help.
I think Chelsea were linked him, but they didn't come in for him or something, did they?
Nah, that was all paper talk.
Just going back to one of the other questions about injuries, right? I'll tell you exactly why we've got so many injuries. Try this, for example. 8 managers in 5 years. Different training regimes, different rest days, different types of training. These players don't know whether they're coming or going.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? There's no stability in this club. This is why the players. Do you know what I mean? The players are one manager. They're doing intense training, then the next manager they're doing lighter training, but working on match days.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? It's stupid. If we would have stuck with one manager, we wouldn't be in this problem where we are. We wouldn't be in this situation. We should, do you know what, right? You know what we should have done? As bad as it sounds, we should have stuck with Antonio Conte.
Well, it's all
should have backed him because he was the only one. He was the only, who was going to elite manager that we had. I know Mourinho, but I think Mourinho, we all agree, he's past his best, isn't he? But we should not. End of the day, the board have only got themselves to blame for his outburst he had. They've only got themselves to blame because he wanted one thing and they got him another.
Well, they should have backed him, shouldn't they? Simple as that.
Well, yeah, this is the problem, and I'll tell you, I'm telling you
give him what he wanted.
Nothing, right? Say it for nothing. De Zerbi will be here for 18 months, max.
It's not stupid. I mean, they've got to speculate to accumulate. Everyone knows that, don't they? But they don't.
This summer is going to be, if we stay up, this summer window is going to be piss poor because they're going to blame it on the World Cup. Players' values go up, players' values drop.
Don't.
Then it's going to be too late to get anybody in. Do you know what I mean? And they're just going to use that as a platform as their piss poor excuse this time. And if they don't, and I'm telling you now, if they don't buck up their ideas, we will go down next year. We got this same current crop of players.
We don't even know if we're going to stay up this year.
Well, that's me on the big hope that we do stay up.
Yeah, I mean, this
I
is
mean-
one of us is going to go down, and we're not equipped to go back up if we go down. I mean, I don't know the West Ham guy there. What do you think? Do you think
We've been there. We've been there more than one occasion.
Exactly.
So
we don't know.
We know the remit. That's the thing. We do know what to do
Yes,
in
exactly.
that respect.
That's my concern about this team. That
We
you've been
don't.
There, we've been there. None of our players know how to handle it.
Yeah.
I think you've
Going
got
back to what
players
you're saying on your players. Sorry, Anthony. I mean, Dave's going on about there. The one thing I've always said about you guys, you think you've had Conte, Mourinho, you had Nuno at one point. If I was a manager going into your club, the first thing I've always said, I want it in black and white, stone tablet, put on the outside of the stadium that I'm guaranteed I'm going to get this money before I even put pen to paper. If I'm not getting that, I'm not going to sign for you, because at the end of the day, you've had Conte, you've had Mourinho, two big names there, and both of those weren't backed. So what's the point of me going there when you can't get them financial backing to get the players you want?
To be fair, they've had the backing, but they brought the wrong players, and they brought the wrong scouting team. They've got the wrong trainers as well, haven't they? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you look at it, right, we're very, both clubs in that respect are both similar. I mean, when you think about the Lopetegui,
Not you ain't spent the money we spent, mate.
Oh no, we know we haven't spent the money you guys have spent, but we've still bought in dross.
950 million.
Big boys.
That's what we've spent. That's what we've spent. 150.
900.
Oh, you're 900, but we've spent 150 million on dross. We bought an aging squad.
But what I will say about your owners, mate, is your gaffer went up to him in January and said, right, if we're going to try and push a fight to stay up, I need so, and so. And your boys went out and got them for him. We had 14 key players out, and we bring in Conor Gallagher.
We didn't really need
and then
him,
we buy 3 kids. And 2 of them ain't even been in the match day squad. Do you know what I mean?
One Japanese guy, wasn't it? Or
no, it was the 2 lads from the Scottish League, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Melia and Wilson.
No, he was Irish. Melia.
Yeah, he's from Scottish League, wasn't he?
Northern Ireland, Melia, I think, wasn't it? Mason Melia.
Yeah, then you had the lad from Hearts and another one from, was it Aberdeen or something? Oh, I don't know. Utter bullshit.
Dave, better guy from Hearts wish you stayed at Hearts now, isn't it?
Well, Wilson, yeah, because he's probably been. I don't get it. Why do we keep buying these players for the future? Why do we keep doing it?
Yeah, but Dave, we beat Arsenal to his signatures. I suppose that's a bonus, isn't it?
What's that?
We beat Arsenal to his signature. So I suppose that's a bonus, isn't it? It's made us aware that we beat Arsenal to his signature.
I just think we're going to go for like championship players and all.
And it's like this guy we linked with, Hayden Hackney.
I think he's a great player.
I am all for it, but only on the basis if we buy a proper ball playing central midfielder who can mentor him,
like Adam Walton.
Do you know what I mean? Adam Walton won't happen. He's £100 million.
That sort of player. Is that what you're
this
saying?
This is what I keep saying. Right, we should go in for Angelo Stiller from Stuttgart. He ain't going to cost you stupid amounts of money. It'll cost a lot, but he ain't going to cost as much as what an Elliot Anderson or an Adam Walton will cost. And I think this is what we need to do if we stay up in the summer. Just got to buy. I'm all for this Senesi from Bournemouth on a free transfer.
Yeah.
It makes
typical
sense.
Spurs thing, isn't it?
No, but it's sensible. Do you know what I mean? We need to build a squad. If you can do it smartly and cheaply, I'm all for it. Because we're not going to go out because we haven't got no European football, so we ain't got that pulling power anymore. The only pulling power we've got is our stadium.
Right.
And our training facilities. If that's enough to attract a big player, fine. But it ain't going to happen. So we just need. So I'm all for like Senesi coming in on a free because we all know he's an established, decent player. Do you know what I mean? And he will do a job for us.
There
But
you go. It's me fighting for the calls, ready for this St James's battle. I'm ready there. I'm prepared.
Did you
ready
put
to
that
go.
in there? Oh, did you
Yeah.
put that in there? Yeah. I thought someone was joining. I thought, who the hell is that?
I thought that was King Leonidas.
Yeah, innit?
That's me, Dave. Yeah, that's me, Killing Leonidas. That's me, mate.
Let me
Oh.
just read some comments out. Just let me read try and catch up with the chat a bit. I'm miles behind. Needs to put Harry Kane's what? Oh, one sec. If I go back to this one quickly, I didn't read
Aidan
this
Hackney
one.
will be next Adam Morton.
One sec. Terence has put Tony isn't a shame clueless. The appropriate Ludus is not there to assist his beloved lot. I'm going to put a nappy on because I'm peeing myself laughing. Needs to put Harry Kane's wife as a fitness trainer. Two good brains together. And Clem's put Tony Evening. You're becoming a regular now. You make them sandcastles yourself.
Absolutely.
I just clicked on my head behind you, the picture.
Chris Brown's put, don't worry, Tony, Millwall's got your back.
Cheers,
Oh,
Chris, as
yeah.
always.
Michael's put, Moyes going for Champions League. He won't throw that. I don't think I'll get
Exactly.
Champions League. I don't think I'll get it. That's obviously your message to Cam. Michael
won
put,
it.
Salford won playoff. Oh, did they tonight? Oh, they won the playoffs tonight. Fair play. Fair play. Eltel Cockrell, evening Tony, lads on the stream and chat. Hope you're all well and healthy. Big up, Eltel. I've heard good stuff about you. So I've not,
Big up,
I've
mate.
not watched your channel yet, but I've heard good stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and watch it.
He's decent, Jose. You got to, yeah,
I'll get over at some point, mate. Big up.
Yeah, big up.
Before I carry on the chat, 36 of you in here. If you can give me a sub, that'd be much appreciated. I'm not begging or anything, but it'll be much appreciated. I'm a decent Spurs fan, all right? So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, no, cheers for coming on. It's big up anyway. Much appreciated. Clitty's put evening all. Forgot to say hello. Yeah, I know. Where was your hello, Clitty? Yeah, forgot about that, didn't you? Guys in big up, guy. You all right? Tony's put Tom's put sorry, evening all. And Michael's put Villa finished 4-2. I'll try and get through some. I'll probably won't be able to catch up with all of them, but I'll try and get a few more. I was definitely playing with his nips. Slots, but if we stay up this year, we'll be down with West Ham after next season. West Ham might come up, pass us back up, mate.
Yeah, they'll probably cross us.
Depends what happens in the summer, I'd say, but I don't really trust the club.
Just what's happening in the season, isn't it? Really?
But tomorrow will be the second time I've watched West Ham in 2 weeks. I never watch other teams' football. Well, to be honest, mate, I won't be watching West Ham tomorrow. I'll be watching them on Sunday, but I won't be watching them tomorrow.
Are you not?
They're not playing tomorrow.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah. My boy always says, my son, he's only 18. He says, "Oh, are you watching the game tomorrow?" And I said, "I'm not watching the game tomorrow, mate. I might watch it on Sunday, but I'm not watching the game tomorrow." Eltel's put Newcastle have an outside chance of Europe. Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bloody hell. There'll be about 12 teams qualifying for Europe in the Premier League, won't they?
Don't get me wrong. They're going to go for it. They've got Tonali back and Gomares. They're going for it.
Newcastle have got good sides.
It's
still.
not going to be easy, and West Ham can fight anyway, so it's going to be a good crack. It's going to be a good game.
Michael's put question: how many teams want Spurs relegated, and how many want West Ham relegated? I would say 19 teams want Spurs relegated.
I'd say the FA wants Spurs relegated after that fucking decision on Maddison on the weekend.
I know, we're going back to the decision, Davey and Tony as well.
Oh dear.
We think the referees have it in for us with dodgy decisions we've given. But I've heard from your West Ham lot, yeah, that you're all saying you've had the West Ham want Spurs to stay up, referees want Spurs to stay up according to your lot, and you lot to go down. But
we had a penalty decision. How can we get that?
Different points of view, isn't it?
I mean, if you look at it, at the end of the day, one thing that's been very inconsistent is the refereeing standards.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That's the problem, right? And we've had some bad decisions go against us. I mean, like obviously, yes, the Arsenal game is the one a lot of people have been talking about. They talk about the keeper, but you've got to think where it starts off in the first place. They never took that into consideration. You don't look at that side of things. We had the Brentford game. 2 penalties they should have had there. Weren't given in that. The Everton game, for me, when Pickford landed, he flew out of the goal mouth. He's actually caught, with Tatty on the ankle.
Yeah.
Don't mention the Everton game because come on, Tone.
No.
Everton should have had a penalty as well.
No, and I'll go on to that one. But if you look at the decision on what happened to Tatty, it didn't even get considered because, as far as they're concerned, the angles they were looking at, they couldn't see anything. But yet, I think it was a day or so later, there's another picture, which coming from a camera angle, and you can see it clearly this direction square on his foot connecting with his ankle. But yet, the VAR or Stockley Park, they didn't even look at that. Same thing on the other day. There's the angles they're looking at. They're not giving the referee the option. They're looking at these other screens, but they're only giving the ones they want to show him.
We've had some bad ones as well. I mean,
it's say we're not just. I'm not saying
it's right across the park, Tony.
Absolutely, 100% on that.
Prime example, yeah, which was an absolute disaster for the decision. I always go back to the North London derby. Mawani gives Gabriel a little nudge, and he falls over like he's
done triple Salco.
Been hit by a car or where he falls over. And the ref gives a foul. But the amount of times Arsenal players have done that to other players and always got away with it.
Yeah.
What was it? The West Ham Arsenal game after the goal, like your Wilson's goal was
disallowed.
Yeah.
Disallowed.
Right. The amount of times they've done
a cross come in and Trossard just drags one of the West Ham players to the floor. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not even looked at. And then going back to the foul on Raya. Right, why is it they focused on just that one? There was about 4 or 5 fouls, going on at the same time. None of them were looked at.
Because the reason being, as far as they're concerned, you'll have to listen to the audio tapes because that will make you seethe when you hear that, and that's you as an outsider. It's the fact of, as far as they were concerned, that didn't lead up to the incident. And it's like, well, yeah, you got Gabriel putting on a shirt, you got Trossard pushing Pablo, which then obviously makes him, as a human being, the natural thing you're going to do to support yourself, you put your hands out.
Yeah.
That's the natural thing you do. The fact, as soon as he lands an arm on Raya, and if you watch it from another angle, by the time he does that, Raya is already starting to go. And I know there's Pepsi's in there, he's an Arsenal guy. He's already starting to go down already at this stage. And all it takes was that little bit there. And then, of course, he goes down quite theatrically, And unfortunately, this is something that a lot of players do these days, not just Arsenal players. But for me, he went down quite cheaply. But all they're focusing on is the Raya situation. As you said, and then you've got Declan Rice, literally got his hands around Mavropanos' waist and tries to drag him to the goal mouth.
Is it the fact that when he went up, he caught the ball? He had the ball in both hands.
He didn't really. No, but I say it's when you look at it, it's where it happened first of all.
Yeah,
they're not looking at that part. They're looking at what happened to the keeper. And don't get me wrong, I know obviously keepers are protected these days.
Of course they are.
But
they've always been protected, though, haven't they, keepers? Way too much.
The one thing you taught as a coach, when things go on, and not just as a sports coach, but also, if you're kind of a physio and anything else, Nate, you don't just look at where the ball is. You look at what happened before that. And VAR should be doing exactly the same thing because the foul started off before it even got to Raya. But as far as Stockley Park, the 2 guys in Stockley Park, it was a case of there wasn't much to worry about because there was nothing really happening at that point. But if you're pulling someone, which is, as we all know, they've done it virtually all season.
They'll always protect the goalkeeper.
No, I'm talking about all the fouls they roll here. You've got to think when it comes to corners.
Yeah.
How many times do you see people being blocked, pushed, shoved, and everything else, and they're getting away with it?
How many times did Arsenal push our goalkeeper about? Do you remember that?
Yeah. To be honest,
remember that Vicario when he first come. And we were playing against Arsenal.
If they were giving all shoves and stuff in the box, they'll be giving about 10 penalties a game, wouldn't they? That's always going on.
Yeah, but no, it's blatant.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what, all right?
I'm not even looking at the ball before the ball's gone over.
I'm not calling him out, but I'm calling him out, Gary Neville. you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
He
What, Mr. Unbiased,
when-
you mean, David? The one? Is it the one?
no, I'm only
No, it's-
joking,
it's-
right?
it's
But the
purely
same thing,
Tony.
right? He was
Only
adamant
neutral.
that was a foul on Raya. Adamant as foul. The exactly same thing happened earlier on in the season with Vicario. What does he say? Vicario needs to be stronger there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
The
Do you know what I
problem
mean?
is, though, with the situation is the fact of when you look what VAR was brought in for, it's supposed to be the clear and obvious. Yeah. But when you're taking in that instance, it was just under 5 minutes to decide. I think there's other games. I think it's been like you've seen, what's it, 7, 8 minutes to decide something, and it's like, well, if you're taking that long, then clearly it's not clear and obvious, is it? It's complete opposite of that. So when you look at this situation, this referee apparently looked at the video clip, 17 times. So if you're looking at that amount of times,
It's not clear and obvious, then, is it?
Absolutely. It does. You know, what does it tell you?
I mean, we
if you
had
look
one-
at go back and look at it, the Raya incident. You go back and you look at it in detail, right? He was stumbling before. Who was it? Was it Fernandez arm on him?
Yeah.
Pablo.
He was stumbling backwards before Fernandez's arm connected with his.
Yeah.
He was stumbling because he was coming through a body of players, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's lost his balance. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was
because
incredibly
he
harsh.
jumped and he had two hands on the ball and the arm went across him and then the ball come out of his hands.
No, but Dave's right.
He was going backwards. He was going backwards.
He's going forwards. He was going forwards, and he was stumbling already at that point there because there's too many players in the way. You know, and it's just the fact of, like I said, it is the fact that Pablo gets pushed in the first place. It's them things, and we've seen it in not just the West Ham game, Spurs game. We've seen it in so many of these things going on, and it's the fact that, you know, they're allowing this to carry on, and they're not kind of towing the line. I think itself, we've got to really, you know, they've already reviewed it at one point in the way they're supposed to be operating VAR, but let's see now. When it first came in, you was having lines drawn across the pitch. You was having all this,
of course it was.
And then suddenly they were using the old Oxford protractor set because when you look at the lines started going all along the piss. It was all over the place.
Yeah,
you know,
they were lines of view, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, hold on, you know, a blind man can see that's not straight, and it's one of those. It's them kind of things that kind of cause. Well, if you look at our situation, that decides if you go down, or in their instance, for them, win the Prem.
Well, we had that with Madison, didn't we? Whether that was a penalty or not.
That is absolutely shocking.
And they didn't even look at it.
You can clearly see that
Matters
knocks the ball away on the edge of his toe of his right boot, away from Nemecha, and
they didn't even look at it though.
They didn't even look at 20 seconds. It was over.
No. But if you look at it, you know, he did get his outside of his boot on the ball before Matters.
I don't think he does.
You've got to look at it again.
But I've seen it. I've seen it from 3 different angles. 2 of them look like Nemecha gets the ball.
Yeah.
But there's another one from behind, and you can clearly see Matters' toe knocks that ball away. But it's hard. I mean, who would want to be a VAR guy anyway? Because let's be honest, you've got a time frame to try and make a decision.
To be honest, if that happened against
7 minutes though, Dave. You know?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous, isn't it? It is ridiculous.
If that decision happened against us, we'll probably be moaning that. How's that a penalty and stuff? So either way, we'll still be moaning.
There was an argument
some way or another.
There was an argument that VAR should be a referee and a player, so they could see it in a player's view as well. But if you've got someone like Gary Neville, we ain't going to get a fair decision, are you? Do you know what I mean?
But they're not going to have that anyway. They won't do that anyway. Then I whiz through some of these comments. Nighttime kids, it's in. Big up nighttime kids, Spurs. And then mate West Ham, great again, has put, we haven't won away since February.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
No.
You're going to win this weekend, trust me.
Lost some draws, but that's about it, yeah.
Nita's put, I ain't uttering them words out of my mouth till it happens. Tottenham Hotspur need to stay in the Prem. Come on, you Spurs.
Absolutely, Nita.
Bid up.
There you go. That's where he's going.
21 meters, Flamengo. 21
Million.
mil. Sorry, Flamengo to take Richie. You know what? We can all agree that it's time for him to go.
I'll fly. I'll drive him to the airport myself.
Yeah.
I'll buy his ticket.
Let's go. Sonny's put, if we stay up, we'll be climbing the table. If Enid's back to Zerbi, we've got one chance this year.
That's a big if, isn't it? Ain't happened in 25 years, but it's a big if.
Last slot, yeah. I believe it when it happens. I just don't think it will. Guys put Bowen hits more wood than a twink. Michael's put Carrot got Manu job.
Yep.
Will he do well or flop next season? Well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer flopped, didn't he? So when he got it, so we'd have to wait and see.
No, he didn't. First of all, he
no. When he
results, but
when he officially got the job, he flopped.
Yeah, but I mean, the difference between Carrick for me is that
he looks like a manager.
Yeah, he's more mature in certain respects than Solskjaer. Plus the fact, if you look at it, one thing he's done, and this is the problem, I suppose. Like else, we got it when Potter came in. Carrick knows the Man U way. He was managed by Ferguson, and that he's installed that back into that club, and he's got them to where they are on merit because of that reason alone. Can he do it next season? That's the big question, isn't it?
He's only lost one game, isn't he? One game he's lost. That was Leeds, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's lost 2, I think.
2? Well, out of what? 14, 15 games? He's absolutely...
Not a bad return, is it?
Absolutely smashed it.
Well, you've got players like Cunha, though, and players people like that, Fernandez and people like that, you've got a chance, haven't you?
And also, they haven't had Europe either.
No, there you go, isn't it?
Why does Bruno Fernandes get so much hate? That guy's stats are off the charts.
I'm one of them, Dave. I don't see the back of him. I think he's overrated.
You're joking.
But his goals and assists for how many games he's played for United say otherwise.
I think what it is, Dave, for me, it's the shenanigans that go on. It's the shenanigans that go on. That's the problem. He whines and moans and this and the other. And
he does bitch a bit.
And I think that's what kind of gets on your nerves. You want considering what he's got behind him, and what we say, mate. His assists, his free kicks, and the goals he's scored has been invaluable for Man United. But why you bring that into the game as well, kind of thing. All the goodness you do in there, people get peed off to see that other bit.
Yeah, but it's Portugal, though, isn't it? That's what they do, don't they? That's in their DNA, is to whinge at referees 24/7.
Dave,
Ronaldo does it. He's always done it.
Dave, can I say something? So he stands out in a poor United side. I know he's doing well now, but this is probably the worst United side in a long time. Yeah. If he was back in a good United side, he wouldn't even make. He'd be on the bench. Back in a top United side, he's not getting in it.
David Moyes had the worst Man United side, I think. But Ferguson sold him under the bus.
You're telling Fernandes wouldn't get in the Spurs side?
No, he'll get in the Spurs side. We're all crap.
Well, there you go.
But you're not measuring up against the Spurs team. Isn't really a massive compliment to Fernandes, is it? Just we're crap. That's it.
No,
he's better than our players because our players are crap anyway.
I'll play him.
But he wouldn't get in the Man City side.
I think he would get in probably
most of the sides in the Premiership.
I think he'd get in most sides all over world football.
Yeah.
I think he'd get in Bayern Munich's team. I think he would. I think the only team I think he'd struggle to get in is probably PSG.
Nah, I'm just not having him. I just don't think he's all that. I think he's too petulant.
And he's not having it.
He's a wind-up merchant. I just don't like him. Never liked him.
So
And
it's a personal preference.
I'm glad Spurs never got him all those years ago.
Not by stats and how good he is. It's just personal. You don't like him. His face don't fit.
We didn't sign Bruno Fernandes. We signed Jensen Fernandes. The wrong one again.
Yeah, you can't have Bruno. You can have Jensen.
I'll go through some of these comments again. So
Go on, then, mate. Carry on.
Go on, mate.
Mate, West Ham greatest, but we have to be at our best. No more playing for draws. No more playing with 10 men with Pablo.
Absolutely.
Is he not very popular then?
It's the fact of he's 22, and unfortunately, when he first came in, he started all right.
Put the next one in.
What's that?
From Kai.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to put that one in.
But when you look at it, it's the fact that he seems lost. I think he needs to gain a bit more experience. So,
yeah,
he did the right thing last week by dropping him. He didn't start, so we need to make sure he does exactly the same.
Here's one. Would you take the Chelsea boy? They ain't played him so much. They got him off Ipswich. Would you take him as a striker?
The lap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take him. We
was linked with Delap at one point. We was interested in him, but he chose Chelsea instead. And it's like one of those. Don't get me wrong, as a player, you're only in it for a short period of time, so I can understand why he's probably went there to obviously earn the wages.
Good money, yeah.
But this is where sometimes players got to look at themselves and think,
he's only a youngster, isn't he? And he can hit the back of the net.
Yeah. I think again, it's certain players will have a right fit with a certain club, and
but certain players have a level, don't they?
He don't.
He's doing it.
Some do.
Go to Chelsea, struggle. He'll probably go to another club near the bottom of the Premier League and do really well. It's Chelsea are too big for him.
Yeah, Chelsea though, they're eBay FC, mate. They'll sell him. They'll just sell him on for probably more than what they paid for him as well, because
he done really well.
They've got a knack of doing that, haven't they?
Well, the thing is, when you sign like 54 players kind of thing, what chance have you got? You've got to try and fit into that remit somehow.
The reason he got in, wasn't it? Because he played for Ipswich, scored really well, really good goals for Ipswich in a shit team.
Yeah,
that went down.
Definitely.
Yeah. So the thing is, could he do a job? At another team.
It will do, yeah. I mean, I remember years back we
in
signed David Kelly. Well, I'm going back to when we was Div 1, Div 2. We signed David Kelly from Leicester. He was scoring goals for fun. Come to us, couldn't hit the barn door from 3 yards out.
Just weird, isn't it?
I think he'll go to another Premier League club and score goals, but just not a top club. And Chelsea are having a bad season, but they're still a top side.
I'd take him over Richarlison and Solanke.
Oh God, yeah, all day long.
So yeah, at least
I just think we need to be.
We're not a top side at the moment.
I know that. That's what I said.
That's why I take him.
Right then.
Yeah.
That's why I take him.
Tone, what's that drink you're drinking? Sonny's put.
What's that drink?
Yeah, he put
pure plain water.
So?
Pure plain water.
How's it?
I'm on the lager.
Michael's put Chelsea are not playing well, but always turn up to play Spurs. Yet they do.
Yeah.
Eltel has put, if Chelsea get beaten in the FA Cup, then they will be down for Tuesday. If they win the FA Cup, they might have a Hanover for the game on Tuesday, which would be a bonus. But if they lose,
they go extra time and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you got to think Pep's not done well in the FA Cup for the last couple of years anyway, so he'll want to try and win this game.
Sonny's put big up Bidler, laugh out loud, great minds, hey guys, coming Spurs. Mate, West Ham great against, but relegation wouldn't be that bad for Spurs. They will bounce straight back and clear out the trap. West Ham got relegated, we'll be in big trouble. I think it'll be the other way around, mate. I think if we go down, we won't be coming back up anytime soon.
I think what it is they're saying that you would kind of have a rebuild. We will.
I don't trust, why the ownership's here? I don't trust that we will have a rebuild. To be honest,
3-point lane.
Michael's
This
put
sounds like
3-point
Chelsea
lane
supporter.
and hoping it continues. Made the worst
No, West
team
Ham.
right
West
now.
Ham.
He's West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham. They're from my channel.
Fair enough.
Big up Ryan.
Is Ryan from your channel as well?
He comes in and that, but he's obviously, as you can see, he's a Wolves fan.
Wolves fan.
Big
He's
up
a good
Tony
guy.
and panel. Big up Ryan. I hope you're good, buddy.
What do you think of that Strand Larson?
Dog shit.
Yeah,
Again,
I'm
it
not
goes
taking him
back to the
either.
same thing, innit? You know, from one club you can do fairly well on that, go to another club.
But he
do
started well at Palace, and now his
Yeah,
goals
he
have
did.
dried up, haven't they?
5-minute wonder, isn't it? Kudos started off well for you guys. Look who he is now.
But he's been
He's
injured,
injured.
really, hasn't he?
He was already
You
going
can't
off the
judge
ball
him,
at that
he's
point.
been injured.
He was going off the ball already at that point.
You probably.
Tell you,
But the
like
whole-
I said, once
The
he realised,
problem is, Tone, mate.
you know,
He
I'd
was our
rather
only
have
out. Kudos was our only outlet at the
I
time,
know he was.
and it was literally just. It was literally right. Well,
Pretty burnt out.
do you know what I mean? It was like every player was just pass the ball to Kudos and just
Yeah. Hope for the
hide.
best. Yeah.
They were just hiding,
Hope for the best.
and he had no one to feed off.
Of course, there's that as well. But I know with him, once he knows things are going a bit sour, he will jump ship. And we warned you
You know
guys.
what? I just wish he scored that goal against your lot early at the London Stadium.
There's always a hammer inside him, mate. You know, Declan Rice is in the sun.
Sonny's put, I want a flag like yours, mate. Liked with my own words, etc. Is that your? Oh, that's you. To you,
My flag. My flag.
Tony.
Yeah, you can get them on eBay, mate. Have them made up. They're about 16 quid, something like that.
And Aussie Ange is in. Big up Aussie Ange. Hello, legends of the panel. Be prepared for a good summer transfer window from this club. One of the best. One of the best of the century. Next season, we're going to a cup final. We're getting 7th place minimum. Is that 7th place in the championship and the playoff finals?
Yeah, isn't it?
Tom's put Enid in. Aussie Ange is like, I love it. I appreciate him coming in. It's great and stuff.
Big up, Tom.
But he's deluded a little bit, but big up Aussie Ange though. Big up, mate. You're right. Tom's put Enid in. Johnny's in. Big up, Johnny. I think I've just accepted the fact that we have messed about against Leeds, but the boat will sink in the end. Yeah, I think we've blown it. We had a chance against Leeds and we blew it, and Tell blew it for us. Ghost is in. Big up, gents. Big up, Ghosted. Hope you're well, mate. Nita, the way our owners have run our club on all footballing matters is unbelievable. It's unbelievable not owners without a footballing brain in 25 plus years. Yep, they have no
Can't
idea
agree more, Nita. Can't agree more, darling.
Sports and nerdy. Big up. In Spurs stay in the league. At least you'll have a manager who has beaten Newcastle recently. Come on, Chelsea. Laugh out loud. Big up. But enough of that. All right? Enough of that.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
Ghost is a big up guy. After Die, who's in there.
Stalteri. Was that Paul Stalteri?
Oh, Clem's put Solteri, yeah.
He loved the last minute winner, didn't he?
Yeah, those were the days.
Paul Stalteri.
Johnny, I think I just accepted the fact that we have missed. Oh, that's off. He's put it in twice. I don't know what that's all about. Mandy has put just shows how lucky Spurs were to get a Villa on that day. Timing is so key in football. I'm not complaining, mate. I'm not complaining. Ken's put, I will say I did love the 1980 Cup final.
Yeah, that's cracking.
I weren't even born then.
I was born.
Yeah, that was cracking. It was a great final.
Sports and Nerdy put 5-1, 6-1, 4-0. You guys love losing.
It wasn't very old, mind, but I remember it.
Come on, Sports and Nerdy. Be kind, mate. Be kind.
No. I mean, you've got to accept that. You've got to accept these things, haven't you? At the end of the day.
Exactly. Levy sacking Poch killed it for me. That's when I knew our owners never wanted us to be winners on the pitch. I'll decline tells the story. The thing about Poch is he made mistakes as well. I love Poch, but the Champions League final where he blew it, yes, he brought Kane straight in the team. He wasn't even fit. If he played more, we'd have had a chance.
If we had a decent striker to take Kane's place, we wouldn't be so bad.
Moore scored a hat-trick in the semi-final and he took him out.
You know what he said?
Yeah.
You know what Pot said. I'm not a manager. I'm a coach now.
Mm.
And
On
that
that
was
I'm
though-
going to
bollocks.
ask you,
Stop
boy. I'm
getting-
going to ask you, boys, a quick question then about the whole Champions League final scenario. You're
Yeah.
Poch. You're any manager.
Yeah.
This is Harry Kane we're talking about. Probably
Yeah,
the
exactly.
best striker in world football. Right?
You
He
can't leave
comes
him
up
out.
to you a few days before the Champions League final, said, "Yeah, Gaffer, I know I've been out for the last 2.5 months, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready. Let's go and do this. Stick me in." You don't you don't say no to Harry Kane. Sorry, he's an
Sorry.
elite football. He's an elite footballer. Harry Kane tells you he's fit and he's ready to play. He plays every game, right?
He plays over Mora.
Does Harry Kane dictate the team then? Okay, so if Harry Kane dictated, oh, this player should be in the team, this player should, does that mean they listen to Harry Kane?
Should
No,
we have
that's-
dropped Mora and put someone
Nah,
else
but that's
in?
different. That's different, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But if he walks up to you and says, "I'm fit, I'm ready to play, I'm feeling sharp," you can't leave a player like him on the bench, because this is exactly what would have happened. People moaning, saying, "Yeah, but Kane played, he weren't fit." But if we would have started Kane on the bench and still lost, people would have
Yeah.
go, "We would have won that if
Oh,
Kane would have
yeah.
started."
Exactly.
Do you know, you can't win, can you? You
That's
can't. No one. You can't win.
And
He
Dave,
would have looked.
Dave,
He would have looked even more stupid for benching Kane, and we still lost.
Would
Just
you
saying.
have,
You know
would you
what,
have dropped
Dave?
someone else and played
I-
Mora? Mora's
I
a buzzing,
would
wasn't
have been one of those people, mate.
he, Dave? Who would you
What's
have
that?
dropped and put
I
Mora
would have
in
been one of those
and
people.
play Kane?
Yeah, we could have played them both, though. Yeah, could have played them both.
Yeah. Why couldn't they play Mora as well? Because Mora's buzzing. You know.
Question I've got-
Mora. I think we can all safely agree. Mora should have started that final.
Yes.
Very harsh on him, not. But
Well,
a
I think-
different
I think-
player should have. You could have dropped someone else. You could have dropped a Dele Alli. You could have jumped. I mean, you could have.
I think even from an
don't think-
outsider point of view, Dave, I think you could see that that was the wrong choice. Should have never started Kane.
Yeah.
Not when he wasn't
100%.
match fit.
Yeah. Question I'll ask you guys. I mean, I know a lot of you have a lot of praise and enamoured of what Poch did. But did you feel, and this is me asking this, but did you feel at some point he ploughed out? He got to a level in that, and he couldn't go any further with him, and he couldn't get any worse with him.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, I do.
No,
It's just like
because he
where
wasn't
everybody
getting
went
back.
Chelsea got to 2 cup finals, and look, didn't do much there. The only trophy he's won is PSG, and he won the league then. I think he won a cup. But even in the first season in the league, they finished second to Lille, didn't they, or something?
Yeah, Lil.
Yeah.
So just don't. I think he's a bit, in a way, he's a bit like Arteta has been.
How many
Arteta
seasons,
over
though?
line, but
How
one
many
step, one step.
seasons?
For
Go on.
Poch would probably. I think he gets to a certain level. I think he's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I don't think he's good enough to win trophies continuously. He might win the odd couple in his career, but I don't think he's going to win it
No,
continuously.
I don't think that's very fair on Potts, because Potts went how many seasons without 5 transfer windows he went without signing a player. Although
Well,
he did
It wasn't
no
5, it was 2, wasn't it? It's 2.
no what is it 5?
No, it's 3. It was a
Three.
summer,
Really?
a January. It was a summer. No, it was a January, then a summer, then another January, because
Yeah, but what team does that?
Spurs. That's literally it. That's all I can
Yeah.
think of. His
Yeah,
ass.
but Foley, he went to Chelsea and had loads of money at Chelsea and still didn't win anything for them. So
No, the fact is he already had a squad, right? And he needed to push on, right? And he went cup in hand to Enoch and said, right, I need this player and this player. And they said, no, you can have that player and that player. They didn't give him, they always give him the second choice, what he wanted.
yeah, but how do we know?
How many times have Tottenham done that? When we wanted Sadio Mane, when we wanted Samuel Eto'o, before they become good.
Yeah, I agree with all that, but you know the years that we never signed anyone. How do we know? Pochettino might have been like, "I'm happy with my squad." He might not
No,
want it to
no,
go
he
very well.
wasn't, because he said, "Don't call me a manager. I'm just a coach."
Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is, you don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. There
Why
might be
would he
loads
come
of
out and call?
suckers.
He's
He
calling.
did come out. He
calling the
did
boss.
come out and say, like, we've got a beautiful house. Now we've got to start putting proper
Thank
furniture
you.
in it. If that's
Thank
not a
you.
hint, I don't know what it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that was
Well-
after that was after those couple of transfer windows, after the stadium and all that stuff was in. Then he started saying that. But
looking at that, Anthony, that just shows you he was more reserved. Whereas when you look at Conte, he didn't hold back.
Yes.
Simple as that. And
exactly.
if you listen
Conte said what he
to
wanted.
Ange, and you listen to Ange as well, he showed his frustration, but he did it in a different style as well. But it just shows you one thing: it comes down to your ownership and that. And if you're not backing a manager, like I said earlier, that's the one thing I would want guaranteed before anything else.
Spot
Not
on,
getting
Tony.
that. What's the point?
yeah, but Ange was lucky to be manager of Spurs because I'm not being funny.
He still won you something, mate. So don't knock it, kind of thing. At the end of the day, and that you weren't getting that beforehand. So
He
it's
won
just
it
one of those.
I know.
in a piss poor fucking Champions.
Didn't-
Well, whatever it was,
Didn't you
UEFA.
all lot? Didn't you win the? Yeah, but I bet you still got fans moaning about Moyes, didn't you?
They have, because at the end of the day, the problem is, it's like, the one thing for me, we've 3 years in Europe,
Yeah.
and when you look at that side of things, yes, they didn't like the style of football, but football changed. So we can't always be the academy of football. We can't always play the West Ham way and stuff like that. It's just like the Spurs way, the Man United way. Things change, you have to evolve and stuff like this. The fact that he got us into Europe 3 seasons in a row, that's not a bad achievement. But players, and I say it to this, another reference, looking at Charlton when they was in the Prem. Yeah, Alan Kirbishley got them up to 40 points and then Austin locked the door.
Yeah.
And the Charlton fans said, "We want him out. We want him out. We want him out."
No,
Look where they are now, just by doing
well,
that.
I've just realised they win the Premier League. They got relegated in 2007, nearly 20 years ago. I can believe it when I
Exactly.
heard that.
Yeah.
hell.
I mean, when they went back to the Valley and what they did there, they had the right chairman at the time. If you look how they, the model they had with this chairman, I forgot his bloody name there, but he got things right. The moment he left, and obviously them kind of coming out, and obviously them moaning about Kirbishley, it went downhill from that thing and went fast. And this is the thing you got to worry about as well. I mean, we've got it with an owner at the moment who's stubborn as nobody's business, and you've got an ownership exactly the same way. But you'd take certain aspects back. So we look at the Moyes situation. The fact he got there, and I still say it, and people will say differently as always. So that's what opinions are about. But I think the moment that he won the Europa Conference, David Sullivan suddenly thinks, "I've now got to spend money now because we've got to now emulate what we've done that season. We finished 14th in the league, but yet we won the Europa Conference." So if the fact that our ownership told us when we left, as you say, the Lego blocks behind us to go to the London Stadium, it was a case of, world-class players for a world-class stadium.
I heard what what was her name? The
Brady.
Yeah, I heard all the lies she said. It was some radio Talksport, and they were saying how many. They said, "Oh, now basically what Levy said. Now we're going to build something. We're going to have a world-class stadium. We're going to have world-class players. All the rest of it. You've been lied to, same as us, mate."
Yeah,
There's definitely one thing Spurs and West Ham have got in common, isn't it? Shit owners.
Yeah.
100%.
Let me ask you this,
most definitely.
Tone. When you first signed Moyes, did you even expect, even in your wildest dreams, that you would be crowned European champions at any point?
Well, the thing is, when we first signed him, they decided they got him in, and already was thinking about, well, we're going to get him replaced. And then Gold and Sullivan decided we'll get a manager of pedigree because that's what we were expecting ourselves to be now. We'll get someone who's going to do the job. So they sacked Moyes, and they got Manuel Pellegrini in because he did well with City. say he must do exactly the same because he knows the Premier League. He went to China, came back, and you'd had more fun watching paint dry, Dave, because literally we got to 3/4 of the pitch and then we'd start playing it back all the time. Although I think they forgot what the goal was at that stage with him.
You also had the worst goalkeeper ever, didn't you, sir? What was his name?
Roberto. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, dear me. Thanks for reminding us on that one, Anthony.
No worries, mate. No worries. I like to bring you down.
Throw them caveats in. Yeah, I get that. But they realised their mistakes, and then they go literally cap in hand back to Moyes and said, like, we'd like you to come back. And yeah, he did it. And and when you look at it, he slowly started to build his squad. He didn't want interference from the board, which was kind of happening in certain respects, but he stuck to his guns. He played a certain way, built a team to do a job, and for 3 years, getting to a semi-final, a final, and a quarter. The facts speak for themselves, and once he'd gone, and Everton was the best choice. He knows that club inside out. They know him, and it's worked hand in hand. And the funny thing is, when you look at it, building the Hill Dickinson Stadium, he never stepped foot into that ground until they moved into it.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
I actually think Moyes is a very underrated manager.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I do.
I think he's honest, he's genuine.
I think the United spell tarnished his reputation a little bit.
Yeah,
But
I think he did.
That was his
he
fault.
was
That was
completely
his fault.
thrown under the bus, wasn't he? Completely
He was thrown under the
bus.
bus. But the one thing you don't do, you've got to think. You've got to think. Man United and Liverpool, two of the kind of biggest clubs you can say. The one thing you don't do is get rid of your knowledge and your experience. The fact that he came in and thought, I'm going to stamp my mark.
They might feel him that.
No, he got rid of all the coaching staff. He brought his own coaching staff in, and that's all your knowledge, all your experience, and he got rid of all those. That was his downfall by doing that. Yes, he was thrown under the bus, Dave, because when you think Alex Ferguson had an aging squad and managed to form a miracle for them to win the Premier League, and then basically, Moyes takes over and that's point there. He was on hiding to nothing.
Managers like to do it themselves, don't they? They like to do their own thing when they first turn up, innit?
You can understand that. You're stamping your mark onto the club there. You're going to try and put your mark on there, but your backroom people and that, you don't get rid of that. Maybe one or two you get rid of, but not all of them. That's your problem.
I agree. I'll go through some of these comments again. Sorry. Mandy's put, hey, Tony. Good luck, Mandy. Miles behind the chat. I probably won't even catch up with the chat, but I'll just go through as much as I can. Sonny's put, it feels fixed to me. A lot of football lately. Kingsley in Madrid. The players falling over. VAR against us. And even West Ham against the Scum. Yeah. Stocks put, felt shitty before the game, felt shitty after the game. This is the life of a Spurs fan. Yeah, definitely is. Big luck.
Got to buy Scott's honesty.
It's like I call fucking Tottenham Hotspur Stadium the fucking Kingdom of Sorrow.
Yeah, but at least you've got a stadium. That's the difference, Dave.
You got a running track.
Yeah, we just rent our gaff, and that's Do
you get binoculars when you go in?
Oh, mate, I mean, I've been pretty fortunate that there was one time I was up in the gods, but then after that I got a bit closer. But at the same point, it's not got the right feel, and that's down to
crazy, isn't it?
Well, as I said, it's down to three things: Barry Earn, Levy, Meerkat. They're your three factors that stopped us from actually getting the stadium.
Wow.
Because we actually did purchase it with the council, with Newham Council, but then Levy wanted Haringey Council to pull their finger out their backside. Barry Owen was moaning because I'm only a mile and a half down the road. We should be the rightful owners. And then Meerkat obviously wanted Athletics back there. And how many times have you seen Athletics played at the London Stadium?
Wow. No. don't they? I used to
Yeah,
go drinking down there, and the Two Puddings.
Oh, yes,
Stratford.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a nightclub the other side of the road, right rough joint. I used to go in there and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it.
Clem's put don't do a linnet at Anthony. I don't know what he means by that.
That's
Remind
you
me.
when you went to the toilet.
Oh, that's
Ah.
how far back I am. Bloody yeah. Michael's put Spurs last 3 games beat a crap Wolves team, beat Villa, who rolled over, and drew with Leeds at home. To be fair, though, we have got a really bad record against Wolves, so I'll take that, to be honest. Paul's in, bid up Paul. Hopefully Newcastle does a favour. Yep, hopefully, mate. Definitely hope so. Chirpy's put Villa didn't turn up. Chelsea absolutely will. Yep, bid up Chirpy. Yep, they will. Don't worry about that. Pauline Pete's in. Strange that Villa put out their best 11 tonight. No resting players for Europa final. Come on, Firebird. It is a bit strange, isn't it? David Clark's in. Bid up David. I didn't expect anything more than from our 3 half-foot strikers. They couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, agree, David.
Mate, I'll do a better with that, mate. They couldn't hit fucking water standing on a boat. Fucking Rich Charlison and Dominic Solanke, and I'm gonna go Kolo Muani as well, are probably the 3 worst players I've ever seen in a Spurs shirt.
Well, you know what Sheriff said on his channel the other day on the 2 marks. He said he doesn't know how Charlaton's Brazilian. He said he was probably born on a plane going over Bolivia or something, and it just happened to land in Brazil.
That's what I call him, Richie, the Bolivian from Brazil.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Check that man's passport.
Yeah. You know what? When a player has a tattoo of themselves, that's when there is an issue.
Can't help he's got a bad memory.
Sir?
Can't help he's got a bad memory. He's got to remind himself who he is.
Scott's put Leeds wasn't inspiring. We have been shit all season. Even in the games we were supposedly good, like Villa, that had nothing to do with us being good, just Villa not showing up. So obviously your comment there. Paul's put well done. Loads of dreadful errors. We done loads of dreadful errors for goals this season. Yeah, we did. Ross has put bid up, mate. Bid up to community. Bid up, mate. Hope you're well. And obviously you've put Tony's put bid up to Ross. And he's obviously put bid up to Tony. Definitely Clumperton. Bid up for having me on. Sorry, lads. We'll be playing up in this Dortmund L&B. Yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for coming on. Sports and now they put, but in fairness, Spurs need to survive. Every team needs to let points next season. Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, so you need to do us a favour next season against West Ham, don't you? If you want your points next season, mate. Ross has put bid up. Well done. Dave's put, listen, you were talking rubbish. The Villa coach in post-match interview was asked about the results. He replied that his first choice 11 had lost the last 2 matches. Yeah, no, he did actually. Yeah, even the first 11 he put out against Fulham or something, against someone else. Was it Forest or something? They still lost their last 2 matches. So, and then people moaning that he put out his second stream against Villa when their first team, weren't doing great either. Sports and Nerdy put also. I'll die from the lane about doing a show together if you want, mate. Yeah,
I think he's talking to this guy in the chat.
Yeah. Michael said maybe they were playing on the wrong side of the reversible pitch. And Ross put exactly Tony. Yeah. Sports and Nerdy have put question for the West Ham fans: are the rumours true about Bowen coming to Newcastle?
There is a talks of that. Yeah, so there's Liverpool actually, and then Newcastle's been thrown into there, but I can't really see it myself. I mean, the guy's 30 now, basically. What's the
I
point?
don't think Danny Dyer will be too happy, will he?
We've got to go for him first of all, haven't you? That's the thing. But you know, I can understand it if he's thinking about trying to maybe he's the last hurrah playing for England kind of thing. But at the end of the day, he's not going to be a regular named Tuchel anyway. I don't know if it's enough to convince him, but his missus, Danny Dyer Jr., she don't want to leave London. She definitely don't want to leave the family. I think they're quite
I
close.
can't see Newcastle. I think it's too far north, isn't it?
Could be possibly, yeah. So I don't think this one. I don't think he'll go there. I'll be surprised.
Ross has put, be careful what you wish for Kudus. Yeah, Mandy's put, question for the Spurs guys. If we beat Newcastle, would that affect Spurs team against Chelsea, or would they go to hell for leather? Yeah, I think it will. I think it will affect our performance against Chelsea. So that'll make us shit a bricks, basically.
And we all know we can't play under pressure.
No, yeah. I think if West Ham lose, sure, that's got to give us a bit of hope going into the Chelsea game. But if you win, I can't see us going at Stamford Bridge and winning. Stranger things happen, but I just can't see it. David has put, trust me, most of these
half-wit.
Sorry about that. Spurs players are going. Yeah, they are. They probably know that as well. That's why they're probably not performing. Mandy has put, Kudus won't bleed for the badge. Laugh out loud. He did say his doctoral. He did say to the medical team, if you look in his heart, you'll find a doctoral in there, didn't he?
Skinned and boned. Yeah, that's probably that. Yeah.
No Pastor's put, big up. Conte didn't want to stay. He had a short-term contract. I think he had that massive blowout and he knew what exactly he was doing, didn't he? Nita's, but what has happened to our scouting team? Our coaching staff and our fitness staff need to go back and resit their exams. Yeah, they're awful. They're awful, definitely. Ross has put the $100 million price label will be on ban average players, let alone the top players this summer. Inflation.
Yeah.
Man, he's put, how many Spurs guys on that panel, Tony? Oh, Tony's outnumbered.
3-1.
3-1, yeah. Michael's put, West Ham have a decent youth squad. If the worst happens, still have a decent youth squad.
That's one thing I will say about West Ham. They've always had an elite youth system, haven't they?
Yeah, we do.
Always had a fantastic youth system. No other team, maybe our Chelsea can probably compare to them. We've got so-called good youth players, but we never see them.
So there's one thing about with Nuno, Dave. He actually has played some of the youngsters. He's given Scholes the opportunity. I mean, Earthy's been loaned out yet again. We've got a few others. Marshall's gone out. Kante is a regular in the squad, but he needs to give him more game time because this kid's growing more and more into the game. When he has put him on, he has made an impact straight away. I just want to see him giving a bit more. He's a tall lad as well. Centre mid. He can really do something, So Freddie Potts, unfortunately, since the Man United sending off,
he's not even got a look in, has he?
He's gone the other way. Since that sending off and that, he has literally dropped off a cliff. Yeah, it's a shame because he won. I think he got like Player of the Year for it's Portsmouth and I think for Wycombe when he was there. But yeah, since the sending off and that, it's complete opposite.
Okay, yeah. So if you can like 32 of you in here, if you can like the stream, that'll be great. Much appreciated. And give us a sub. That'll be great as well. That would also be great. Kem's put spot on, Tony. Ross has put think of all three except Tony. Think all three except Tony. Michael's put Tony only. What about you, Manders?
No, only a West Ham guy. I'm the only West Ham one.
Who Manders? Sorry, it's only who Manders. Oh, okay. Clem's put, even if the money's there, but bought the wrong players, that's not backing. Yeah, exactly. Davis put, Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest went 42 games unbeaten. Spurs can't do 42 minutes undefeated. Love that. No, we can't. We definitely can't. That's your comment to Mandy. Ross's laughing face. Mandy's put,
Damien.
Get Damien on. Who's Damien?
Damien DeMarco. So he's obviously he's a guy that comes into the chat and that. You would never get a word in edgeways. He's very passionate, bit too passionate sometimes. But yeah,
he's a West Ham fan.
He is indeed. Yeah.
Okay. Scott's put ban on Dave. Mandy, we are 1-4 to get relegated.
Yep.
I think I saw the other day that probability of Spurs staying up, Spurs like 81% or something, and you're like 19%. But if we were in the bottom three, you would probably be 81%, would be 19%, isn't it?
Well, you got to think at one point you were 58% to be relegated. And then when we lost against Brentford, it suddenly changed on a sixpence as quick as that. So the Opta computer is kind of like having meltdowns the way the last couple of games are going between the two clubs.
Yeah, it's funny that. Stocks put Gallagher, Wilson, Souza. Stocks put terrible window. That addressed no needs. Yeah, exactly.
It makes my blood boil looking back at that January transfer window. It makes my blood boil. How the fucking hell, with 14 senior players out, can you not go in and at least get even a couple of loans?
And then Wet Lettuce Lands comes out and says stuff like, we're not going to sign players that don't improve our first team or something. Any players.
So Magnus Aklius doesn't improve our first team. What are we doing here?
I know. Nita's put, when Mourinho and Conte came to us as managers, big talk from Levy, without a footballing brain, they both know they are wasting their time. The thing is about Mourinho, I don't see the point. We brought him in to win a trophy, and then we sacked him a week before a final. That's baffling to me.
Joe Mourinho's never lost the final.
I know he would have beaten Pep in that final.
He's never lost the final, so I've got a good idea. Let's go and sack him a week before a final. Fucking don't, mate. These people there, I swear, they're all dropped on their heads as babies.
Those Spurs fans should have just returned their tickets or something, just not turn up. What's the point? We weren't going to win that game anyway. Ken's put Wilson already going back to Hearts in summer. No, is he? Don't know about that. He should have stayed there, to be honest. He might have had a title. David's put Hayden Hackney sounds like a taxi cab. Laugh out loud.
Hayden Hackney, I'm sorry, but he's going to be Archie Gray 2.0.
Yeah,
there you go. I said it.
We've got to be careful with these players, these Championship players. We think, because they do so well at a certain club. Look at Gray, innit? I mean, I know Gray has his limits, and he's not a bad young player, but he has a level, doesn't he?
Now, see, I think with Archie Gray I think that poor lad has not been coached properly.
No,
he's a natural central midfielder. Right, under Ange, he played everywhere on the pitch but central midfield. Do you know what I mean? I think Spurs. If I was him, I'd leave Spurs because I think we will ruin his career.
Yeah, exactly.
We will ruin his career because he comes from incredible football lineage. Do you know what I mean? His family, his elders and his family were fantastic footballers for Leeds. Fantastic footballers. I think we can all agree on that one, can't we?
Yeah, no, they
Do you know
were.
what I mean? And he's a good. I believe he's a good. He's got potential to be a very, very good player, but he's just not been coached properly. He's been chucked in a shark tank and go, right, go on, lads, swim out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? And that's where we've gone wrong with him. And like we've brought in other players like Bergvall, which I don't know what he is as a footballer. He just seems to just run
about.
It's like I said to you the other day, innit? He's like the Joker, isn't he? From the Dark Knight. He's like he goes, I'm like a dog chasing a car. I want to know what to do even if I caught it. It's like him with the ball at his feet. He's like, he doesn't know what to do with it.
He just runs about and gives away.
He just runs about. That's the same with Pat Matsar. Just runs about like a headless chicken for 90 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Leon's put. Is it Leon? Yeah, Leon's put. Toby, has your channel been hijacked by Spuds? It's actually my channel, but streamed to Tony, so we got both channels going at the same time. But big up.
Just seen something come up on Sky Sports here and that. This will be quite interesting, and you never know what impact it could have. But they reckon Xavi Alonso could be the Chelsea manager within days.
Oh, here we go. That is
typical. Here we go. The new manager bounce.
You know what? That is typical. They've done that on purpose, Chelsea. They've done that on purpose.
But that's what they're saying.
Madrid, I'll tell you this now. Madrid have made a massive mistake by letting him go. He is a very, very, very good manager. He took an average Bayer Leverkusen team, made them unbeaten for a whole season in the Bundesliga. Unfortunately, they got stuffed in the final by Ademola Lookman, who is another player who should have a Spurs shirt on now. But we opted, but there's no one available in January to improve our first team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to shoot soon, but let's ask the ultimate question, the $54 million question. Who stays up? Who goes?
I think we go down. What about you, Dave?
What about you, Riley?
Rowley?
Oh, you muted, Rowley. Muted.
It's deciding on Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that could be the defining factor. I think it's a defining factor. Yeah, what happens in that game on Sunday? Because if we do get something out of it, the pressure, like I said, that question you asked earlier, Rowley, we're a bit more equipped of knowing if we go down what we've got to do with it. You guys, it is in a certain respects, apart from obviously going 18th, it is unknown territory for you if it does happen.
Absolutely.
So I think talk about how it's been worked out this season. Defining, isn't it? The fact that both teams needed to get results and just got to that kind of final hurdle and of course we slip up, which then gives you the chance to kind of go above again.
And then we slipped up.
And it's been like that. It's definitely.
Yeah, I think it's defined on Sunday, really, because then it doesn't matter if we lose against Chelsea. Tell the truth.
Yeah.
And then all we got to do is get a point on. Is it a point? Yeah, because it won't matter the goal difference, will it?
It all depends on the West Ham Newcastle.
See, I mean, make West Ham great again. I think he's right what you're saying. For us, we need to win both of those games.
Yeah.
See, I don't think Sunday defines it because we lose to Chelsea, right? Yeah. West Ham beat Newcastle. Just play that for example. West Ham then go 1 point above us. right?
Yeah.
Last game of the season. It ain't guaranteed that Leeds don't beat West Ham. West Ham beat Leeds. You know,
No.
Leeds are playing without fear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I thought when we played them the other day, I thought, they're gonna have they've got 1 foot on the beach. Their season's over. They're safe. I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
Their players turned up, and they gave us a football match.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they had much better chances than what we did.
When they brought
if it
Notto
weren't
on,
for
they were carving
Kinski,
through us.
if it weren't
They
for
brought-
Kinski pulling off 2 absolute world class saves,
Yeah.
we would have lost that game.
Like I said before, when they brought Notto on, they carved through us every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Notto is the danger
don't
man
forget,
for
they
you guys.
didn't have Okafor playing, and I think he's back. He'll be back for West
Yeah.
Ham, no, won't he?
Yeah, he will be. Yeah.
I think he will be, yeah.
Yeah,
think for
because he
me-
only had a knock. He only had a slight knock, but
Yeah.
he just couldn't run it off in
Carry
time
on.
for the Spurs game.
It's all what ifs and maybes, but like you say, if Newcastle do win against, and I think it's over for West Ham. It's it's going to be a shot. If West Ham win, then it's game on, isn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, going back to the Leeds thing, Dave, I remember Daniel Farker saying clearly, until he himself feels confident enough that it's basically mathematically safe, he wouldn't change the way they're playing. And you can see that, even though when they played you, they was already safe at that point anyway.
Yeah.
But it just shows you what that man's done with that team as well, considering they was going to sack him last
Good
season.
manager, Daniel Farker.
He's,
When he was at Norwich.
he's another one. He's an unsung hero, isn't he? In the management world, I think he's a good manager. I just think, you know what I mean? He does well with what's given to him.
Absolutely,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, look, Michael Bees, before I go, he's saying Leeds will roll over for us. Spurs relegated them at Ellen Road the season they went down. And of course, I know they was already kind of down, but you kind of hammered that coffin, them nails in that coffin at that point, aren't they? So,
yeah.
But I'm going to jump off now. Some people in the chat.
I'm gonna wrap up the show anyway. It's been for 2 hours. I'd have an early night. So before you go, Tony, let me just say something. Sorry, I can't get through everyone's chat. It's just there's so many conversations going through, and it's bloody. I'm never gonna be. I'll be here till the morning by the time I catch up with everyone. But big up, Tony, for coming on. You know what? You coming on has brought out a massive audience. I appreciate it so much for that. If you give me a sub, that'd be much appreciated, and like the stream as well, that'd be great.
But don't forget, he's not begging. He's not begging. Don't forget, he's not begging at all.
I'm not begging. I'm not begging. Right? I'm asking and not begging. It's all good. Do what you like.
Don't forget the biker yid.
It's all good. And biker yid as well, yeah. And me and Dave have got something coming out as well next week. Spurs Sessions podcast. We're starting.
Yeah, I'll join that, brother.
Good.
And then if you haven't got over to the Hammers Football TV, which most of you probably have, get over to him. Great. I hate West Ham, but he's decent, so he's not too bad. I let him off, but big up. But yeah,
let him off.
Coming on, much appreciated. We've had a good chat.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So, and I'll see you on the next show. And come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Lions.
See you later, boys.
See you later, boys.
Take it easy.
It's been a pleasure.
One more